Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today, even though it is Thursday, it is the comic haul show for the week. Normally this is a Wednesday video. I'm getting to that, thank you. Normally this is a Wednesday video, but today, since today is my birthday, it's also Jeremy's birthday at Titan Comics, so I thought that since we share video, I would go in today, wish him a happy birthday, since only every so many years it falls on Wednesday. So that's what today is. So there is our brown paper bag, and let's go in here and see what we got. First off, as everyone probably knows, I talked about this last time, it is Free Comic Book Day coming up on August 14th. So make sure you go to your local comic book shop, pick up your free comics. There's a bunch of good stuff this year. I know that Something Is Killing the Children's got a book, and there's some other books that are good, so go check those out. We always start with comic shop news, and this week they are advertising the new Vampyverse for Vampirella. So you've got this on the cover. That is one of the covers of the book. And then you've got this on the back, a little write-up about it. The Vengeance of Vampirella. Vampirella? They put an AE on the end of it for some reason. You see there. Not sure what that's about. And then, as normal, you come in here and it kind of talks about different books for the month. You got a Black Manta book coming out. We got Batman 112, Fear State. Batman 113, Fear State. Scooby-Doo Batman, Joker, issue 7. I know that's a big series. I have not got into that series. I probably should because it's supposed to be pretty good. Titans United, 1 of 7. That's the Teen Titans team that I want to see. Well, I guess they're not technically teens anymore, but that's the Titans team I like. That's the one I want to see. You got King Shark, 1 of 6, since we got Suicide Squad. And I don't know if y'all saw, I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it or not, but there were a bunch of teases for different Hot Toys figures, and King Shark, they did tease a King Shark figure. It's just got 2 extra hands, or I guess we'll call them hands. I guess they'd be fins. I'm not sure what exactly you would call that for him. I mean, it looks like he's got hands in that there, but then again, who knows? So you got G.I. Joe, Black Hammer. We got a Stranger Things book coming out. Masters of the Universe Revelation number 3. Go back and check my last video last week. I didn't like issue 1. Did not like it at all. So that's the comic shop news for this week. I do like that Jeremy gets these every week. He throws them in there. So if you get it, they're good reads. All right, into the books. So I did get one back issue that I'm going to show you all. These are in reverse alphabetical order, so I'm going to sort them here real quick. So I don't have that many, only about, right at, I think, about 14 books this week. I was supposed to get Flash Annual number 1, but Jeremy was shorted about 2/3 of his order from Diamond. So that book I do not have. I was, since my last name starts with a T, I'm down on the bottom end. So we're going to start off with Superman Action Comics Annual number 1. I guess they just call it 2021 Annual. This is The House of L Returns. It's a nice cover there. I haven't really heard much about this book, so I don't really know much what the story's going to be, if it's going to finish, if it's just going to continue Action Comics, or they're going to kind of branch off a little bit like they do in the annuals from time to time and throw you kind of a curveball story. There is a good spotlight on Superman, Son of Kal-El, which looking forward to. It's on sale. It says on sale in July, which I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No, we got two Wednesdays left in July, so I know that book's coming up soon. So looking forward to that. I got this one because I really like the cover. This is Barbarella issue number 1. That's the Perillo cover, the main cover there. Really solid cover. I remember getting the first volume of Barbarella back, maybe, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago when they came out with it. And it was just okay. I wasn't all that really impressed with it. I think I had like 2 or 3 issues and then I dropped it. I'll probably do the same. But I do like the Perillo covers that I've seen so far, including that one. So I may get a few of them. Next up, this book I'm looking forward to. This is probably the first read that's going to happen. This is Bunny Mask number 2. If you go back, about 3 or 4 weeks ago in my Friday show, the Bunny Mask number 1 won my pick of the week, and it was a no-doubter. This book was really, really good, and I'm hoping that issue 2 continues that trend. There's nothing more frustrating than when you read a great issue 1 and then you go to issue 2 and it's just kind of bleh. So, fingers crossed that continues. Next up is continuing the Extreme Carnage line, part 2 of 8. This is Scream. This would be issue number 1 of Scream. So, the last week's book was the Alpha book. That was issue 1 of Alpha. So, there are 8 different books. And then on sale next is, I think, Fag, I believe, is the next book on sale. So looking forward to this. I liked issue 1. Thought it was pretty good. So hopefully, again, it continues on. This is just a $4.99 book. Not a, I mean, that's or the $3.99 book, excuse me. That's the typical Marvel price. On the back, we got a ad for Black Widow. If y'all want to see what Crystal and I thought of that, go check out that video. And don't hate us because I didn't. Spoiler alert. She kind of liked it. I didn't really like it. So, but go check out. We talk about it for about 30 minutes. What we liked, what we didn't like, stuff like that. Next up, Batman Detective Comics, issue 1039. From the Depths Enter Vile. So we are getting, I'm assuming this character is Vile. I don't know if we've ever seen him before, so I'm not really sure. I don't remember him from the last issue, except maybe I have to go back and look. But if not, then obviously this would be considered a key book. But I'm sure he's probably shown up before. And then on the back here for the DC this month or this week is Batman Long Halloween, Blu-ray digital. Blu-ray and digital code part 1. So that could be a good movie. But I've enjoyed that book so far, and hopefully it continues. The next book I got is Dynamite Lives. This is issue 2. This is the Linsner variant with Vampirella on the cover. The first one was just okay for me. I'm kind of hoping that it picks up in issue 2. If not, then I'll probably give it one more, and then that'll probably be it. I got my fingers crossed because I don't like to give up on series after just a couple issues, but at the same time, I mean, this is was this a $3.99 book? I believe it's a $3.99 book. Yes, it's $3.99. I could pick up another book for that is something I haven't read. Maybe it's better. So that's kind of the way I think of it. Next up, Infinite Frontier, issue 2 of 6. This is the regular cover. This is not the cardstock cover. Again, I liked the first issue. Thought it was a good opening, and hopefully it continues on. But if this is a little weirder of a DC book. It's a little bit more out there. It's not your typical Batman Superman story. It's a little bit different, which is good. And we'll see where it goes from here. I'm anxious to read that one as well. Bunny Mask is going to be the first read, though. There's no doubt about that. Next up, Iron Man number 10, Legacy numbering 635. Alex Ross cover. You really can't go wrong with the Alex Ross covers. I mean, the dude knows how to draw. He especially knows how to draw Iron Man and give it that makes the armor, pop and shine and all that. So it's really cool. Love these covers. Not really enjoying the book. I'm not really sure that Mr. Cantwell really likes to write this book. It seems like the last few, he's just like, I'm supposed to write it. We'll just write something and go on until I get something else. And that's a shame because Marvel's spending money on having him write this book, and I just don't feel like he really cares that much to write this. Hopefully maybe this changes, but so far it hasn't. Next up, Justice League Last Ride, issue 3. This is the Justice League book I like. I don't really care for the Brian Michael Bendis series. I have not liked it. I have really liked this one. So they have Lobo under arrest, and they are transporting him to, I believe they either, I can't remember from the last book, they put him on Acropolis, or they were going to put him on Acropolis in this book. I'll have to go back and reread. But this has been a really solid book so far. We're only 3 issues in, and it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. I mean, it is, you know, it's Chip Zdarsky, so, you know, I enjoy his writing, so it's kind of hard. It's more hard to find a bad book that he's writing than a good one, because they're basically all good. Daredevil's been really great. I've enjoyed Daredevil. Next up, Mighty Morphin number 9. So this is a new series for me. Jumping on the Power Rangers series to check this out and see what I think. Looks to be kind of a short book, but hopefully it's going to be good. Looks like they're fighting. What's his? I can't think. I just drew a blank on his name. Zed, isn't it Zed? I think. Lord Zed. And we'll see. This is another book. I'll give it a couple issues. If I don't like it, I'll drop it. I do that. And then when they go in here, I basically have a miscellaneous box that just has like a couple issues and runs of just random books, because I'm not going to waste a box and try to fit in, because I'm weird when it comes to these boxes. They're all labeled. You can't really, might be able to see this one. It's labeled. It says Captain America Volume 1, 100 to 225. So issue 100 to 225 is in there. And in the ones that doesn't hold the 125 books, I've got multiple series in those to try to add up to 125. So instead of using a box and having like volume whatever book it is, 1, 2, and 3, I just throw miscellaneous and just fill it up. Next up, Spider-Woman, issue 13, Legacy 108. This is another series I'm jumping on. Like the character Spider-Woman, and we'll see what happens with Jessica Drew, and hopefully this will be a good read. I've heard good things about this series. Otherwise, it'll be just like the rest of them. I jump on for a couple issues, and then it just kind of pitters out, and then I drop it. So, because I like to, there's a lot of these books, a lot of these stories I like to read, and then if you jump on at the right time, you catch it really in a good spot. You can get it, you know, 4 or 5 issues or a couple storylines, and then they might switch writers on you, and then maybe the book kind of goes down a little bit, or it might improve too. So it just depends. Next up, this is a book I'm looking forward to. This is probably my second read of the week. Second book I'm going to read, not picks, because I haven't read these yet. This is Sinister War, issue 1. This is the connecting variant. So looking forward to this. We're finally at the Sinister War. The Chameleon Conspiracy is over. And we can move on to Sinister War. The art in this thing is just, I mean, that's Spider-Man to a T style art. I love that art. You know, there he is. You know, blue and red suit. Beautiful. Can't wait to read it. Probably just, I mean, this thing will probably go through super fast. There's a little more MJ there. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Can't wait to sink into this book and see where this is going to go. I think this is I want to say this is a 6-issue series, and then of course it's running concurrent with the Amazing Spider-Man story, or the Amazing Spider-Man book. So we'll see how all that plays into account. So the last of the new books this week is Wonder Woman 775. I've kind of been just kind of on this series. It hasn't been all the best, but at the same time, it's not the worst. It looks like Dead Man is still in this one, so that's going to be fun. I like his character, and so it looks like we've got our typical 2 stories here. There's one. Maybe not. Maybe it's all one big story. No, we do get our 2 stories. There's the second story. Yeah, so you get the young Diana story, and then you get the typical story. And I keep seeing this in the back. I want to show that. It says multiversal monitors, Earth's in jeopardy. So I've seen this in the back of every single DC book that I've flipped through so far. So it says Department of, I can't quite tell. Looks like it almost says Extraordinary Operations, a CEO. So there's definitely something a brewing for DC, and that's good because we need something, right? Because we don't get enough major DC crossover events. That's a joke because they do a lot. So that's all I got for the new books this week. The one issue that I got back issue, he had this, and I couldn't pass this up. I've been looking for this book, and this book is in phenomenal shape, and it is Avengers 87. That is the origin of T'Challa, and you can see this book is absolutely beautiful. It is in phenomenal shape. There's maybe a little bit of a crease up on the right corner, but other than that, it's really solid. And so, I'll tell a quick story about these. So I get in there today, and Jeremy's got three short boxes up on the counter, and he said, "Take a look at these, see what you think." So I'm scrolling through these books, and it's old Batman, Detective. Superman was in there, Jimmy Olsen was in there, Lois Lane was in there, Action Comics was in there, Justice League. It was a lot of DC, and then he kind of hid the Marvel box on me. He forgot to show me the Marvel box until I got to the end of it. But it was a collection that he bought from a guy that had called him up and said, "Hey, I got these comic books that my dad gave me that I had when I was a kid. Would you be interested in them?" And Jeremy said, "Come on by, well, let me take a look at them." So when he got there, they were wrapped in garbage bags, and then they were put in a garbage bag, wrapped again in a garbage bag, and taped. And they were all raw. None of them were bagged and boarded. They were all raw books. And so he goes, he put them all out on the table. I started opening them up, and every single one of these books was in this style of shape. They were all, the worst book there probably was a 7.5, maybe even an 8. And it was weird because you could tell when this guy had collected when he was a kid, he collected for a little bit, for about 8 to 10 months by the numbering, and then just stopped. So he had like 4 or 5 Hulk books, and that was it. He had 3 or 4 Avengers books, that was it. He had a few X-Men books that were they were under 100, but I think they were in the 80s. That was it. So it was kind of weird to see, but what was even stranger about it is that these books had been kept in such great shape. They had been sitting in this guy's car for the last 6 months, bagged up like this in the back seat. He had thrown fertilizer bags on top of them because they were just sitting there. And these books were still preserved and kept like this. It's just, some of these books look like he never even read them. Like he just went out and bought them off the newsstand, or maybe his dad bought them for him, or someone bought them for him, and he just basically put them in a drawer, and that was it. And for them to still be in this great a shape for everything these books have probably gone through over the past few years, it's phenomenal to see that. And I'm glad I got this one. I've been looking for this book. This book always kind of goes up, and it always kind of trends up a little bit in value. I think this book's really going to trend up in value now that we're going to get the Wakanda Forever movie, and we're going to get the Wakanda show. That's going to show a lot of the I guess you would almost say like daily life in Wakanda, and I can never say the Dejore, his guard. I can never say it properly because I can't talk very well. But his guard is going to be, they're going to be you know, heavily featured in the show. They were in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I think that you're going to see this book probably take a spike, and then it'd be Black Panther #1, which I believe is the first Priest issue. I think it was the first issue he wrote of that series, because I think that's the series he was on. That's the first appearance of that guard, so that book's going to take a jump. So, you know, get out there and try to find those books if you can before they start making announcements about the show, because when they start making announcements, those books are going to start, they're going to start ticking upwards, you know. Hey, I've sat on my soapbox numerous times on this channel and talked about don't spec, you know, or not to not spec, but how frustrating it is from a collector standpoint to try and still collect books and books that I don't have, even if it's just random filler issues, because some random character got introduced in this, and now there's a rumor that they're going to be in the film or be on the TV, and then all of a sudden a book that might be $1, $2, $3, $5 spikes up to 30 or 40, and you're just like, I'm not going to pay that for that, because you can spec all day long and it may not work out. So you're going to pay $50, $60 for a book that in 2 months' time, 3 months' time, when the announcement finally happens, and it doesn't go that way, you could have bought for $5. So that's kind of frustrating from my standpoint. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not telling you to stop doing it. I think it's good for the community, and I think it's bad for the community. I've talked about that from both sides of the standpoint. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. And like I said, this is normally our Wednesday video, but it's Thursday this week because I wanted to go see Jeremy, since we do share the same birthday, and it was today. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys.